I didn't have an answer key, right? I made this myself, so I had to make an answer key. This is my version of making it. So if I do well, and I'll double check my work compared against 2 finals that I have to take. If I do well, then, sorry about that, but if I miss it, then hey, you get it for free. So for the first 5 problems, and one of them is extra credit, I'm going to give you something like this. Factor the expression. I could give you this. Would you know how to factor that?
Oh, probably.
Same thing.
Yeah.
This one tests a little bit. It's a little bit tricky. What times what gets you sine squared of x? What times what gets you this? Sine squared of x. Yep. What times what gets you -1?
Positive 1, -1.
Try it out, see if it works.
Sweet.
FOIL, yes. Positive sine of x, right? Negative sine of x. They annihilate. 1 and -1, boom.
Sweet. Oh,
It's a difference of squares.
I can totally do that.
It's a difference of squares, right?
Do my funny box thing.
Oh, yeah, you've totally got that. Okay, so that's the first 5. You're welcome for free points. There is a hard one in there. Remember the pre-calc Frankenstein and the quiz we took? Yeah, there's one of those hard ones on there. Pull the term out. You'll be okay. It's like level 2 foiling and factoring. You can handle that. I should stop putting this on camera. Find the missing length. So I'm going to give you a triangle like this. We talked about that, where this is a 30-degree angle. This is that. This is a 60-degree angle, and I tell you this is 4. And I ask you to find the other 2, right? And you can do that pretty easily. The base triangle that we're basing this off of, 30, 60, is when this is 1, this is a half. So if the relationship there, this is 8, and this is 4√3. Okay? I mean, if you're good at those, that'll take you 2 seconds to do. Save you a lot of time. And there's 3 give me questions like that, so that's a lot of points. The next page is going to be something like this. Tangent of pi over 2. What does it equal, right? Use your unit circle. Okay?
Okay, so that's... Oh, so that's... What's the question?
What is tangent pi over 2?
Oh, tangent pi over 2. So that's cosine over sine. So it's 0. No, it's just a 0.
1 over 0, actually, because it's the y over the x.
So you can't do it.
Sine over cosine, so it's
Oh.
does not exist, undefined, broke math, right? 1 over 0. If you can do that, that's pretty much the hardest one on there. Okay. Remember that secant, right? If I ask you secant of pi over 2, secant is just the reciprocal of which one? Cosine. So cosine's interested in this. That's 0 over 1 written as a fraction. Flip it again, undefined, right? Undefined, I'm getting lazy. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's just the 1 over the x thing. You got it. Then, and that's like a third of the way through the exam already. Then you're going to have something like graph the basic function. So I will give you something like this. What is this? And you have to graph it. It's tangent but flipped. It's reciprocal, so it goes like that. Asymptotes. Got to label your axes. Make sure you do that. So what I'm doing right now would not be an acceptable answer, right? You need to be able to label pi over 2, pi, 2 pi, and all that stuff.
Will that section be like simple stuff like sine, cosine, or will it be like 2 cosine?
Nope, it'll be simple.
Okay.
So just these. It's the basic trig functions. I've got a different section for that.
All right.
So that's 4 of those. Then inverse functions. So I'll give you this. And again, the basic inverse function. So the f of x equals sine inverse x. Graph your sine of x. Do the thing, right? Plot your points, reverse your x and y's, keep domain and range stuff, asymptotes, all that stuff, bring it with you, right? That's it. There's 3 of those, not a lot. Just 3. Yikes. Got 2 really tricky ones on here. And one of those is in this section where I give you the weird functions. So I give you like f of x equals, let's do 2 sine of 4x plus pi over, or I'm sorry, not over, plus 1, right? Graph that. Tell me your a, b, and c values and d values, and then graph it. You don't need to do period or anything like that. Or actually, I think I do ask for the period. Yeah, identify the period and the frequency, so you need to know that period equals 2 pi over b, and that frequency is the reciprocal, right? Not too crazy. And if you pay attention to what period and frequency mean, if you know what that is, the hard one won't be as hard for you. Again, try intermediate points if you're getting a bunch of this is the same thing, right? Okay. That's 4 of those, and then we're on to proofs. That's it.
Alright.
So let's talk proofs. You need to know all of the identities, so all your IDs up to okay, so you out of the thing I gave you, you do not need to know. So you do not need to know power reducing IDs. We never talked about it. If it sounds weird, it's because that's why, you know. It will not be on the exam. So 0 power reducing IDs, okay? We're not doing that. I will give you, okay, the half and double angle IDs. Everything else you need to provide. So that includes reciprocals. I swear to God, if you don't know that, that's bad. You need to know quotients, which are really just what tangent equals, right?
Yeah.
What cotangent equals. You need to know the sum and difference. You need to know the cofunctions. Again, cofunction gets the name cosine and sine. They're cofunctions. That's why it's called cosine. Cofunctions, you need to know. I've got it over here, don't I? Nope, I don't. Cofunctions, you need to know. Really anymore? So I give you these, right? I spot you those. These you need to know. Cofunction, odd even. And that's it. So use the thing I posted on Google Class, know them. You have these memorized. You better have these memorized. Quotient, you can remember one of them and you've got the others. Oh, Pythagorean, Pfag. Again, remember one, you've got the others. Odd even, remember odd ones, even ones, you're good. Even ones are like honey badgers, they don't care. Cofunctions, I think we've got that, right? And then sum and difference, these are the ones that take some memorization. Sine, the signs are the same, which means for cosine, the signs are different, right? Sine, the tricky thing about sines is that the functions are different. So you have sine, cosine, cosine, sine. Alpha, beta, always the same, okay? You've got this.
All right, sweet.
Thanks for showing up.
Oh, of course, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.